About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. A great night for baseball ahead on the show. It's the San Francisco Giants going up against the Atlanta Braves. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the mound now, Chris Sale. What do we have on him? Ready to go? Luis Arraez stands in. And with that, we're underway in Atlanta. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. In the air, left field. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Good job to fight that one off. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swing and a bouncer, but it kicks foul. 0-2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's the 0-2. Got him looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Third, first baseman
Raffy coming to the plate now.
Ball. That's a ball.
Swing and a miss at a slider. That's off the inside corner. Ball 3. And a strike to Devers. Now he's challenging the called strike. And it's going to stay a strike. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. That's to third. Fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning.
Batter tried to stretch that.
Back at Truist Park. And on the hill for the Giants, Landon Root. How about a scouting report on him? Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. That's outside, and it's 1-0. That's a laser base hit. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's into second with nobody out.
Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
What a stop. Fires to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Here's Matt Olson down.
Third, designated hitter, Matt Olson.
And that misses. And that's ball 1. Challenge from behind the dish here. And another ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Well struck, deep right field, way back, He circles the bases. One down. Austin Riley, the next to hit. Nice grab. To first. Got him. Nice play.
Oh, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Ozzie Albies, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one. That's smashed towards center. And the inning is over. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Here's a cleanup hitter for the Giants, Matt Chapman.
Oh!
Got him. And a quick out, number one.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information, but the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there, and it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
The 2-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
That clips the zone. That's strike one. Up the middle, gets to it with a slide, and very nicely done for the out. We head to the bottom of the second. Now in for the Braves, Mike Yastrzemski. And first offering is fouled off. That's out to center field, and there's one down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Smith in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. On the ground, and that's a fair ball. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Here's Mauricio Dubon. Big stack center field. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like
Chapman fires to second for one. What a double play that was. Inning over. Back here in Atlanta, stepping in, Casey Schmidt. And there's a foul ball. This one in the air, center field. And there's one down.
Batting 8th, center fielder Drew
Gilbert, the next Giant to hit.
Ball inside.
And a 1-1.
Oh.
Right through there for a strike. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Stays alive. 2-2 now. And they'll do it again. In the air, left field. Yastrzemski turns to the right on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Here's the catcher to hit, Patrick Bailey.
Well, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And that is that. Nothing doing there. Set for the bottom of the third. Now the leadoff spot for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
No, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. And talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
That one found hard the other way. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. Gets to it onto first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
So a man aboard now with one away. Here's Matt Olson.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Oh, 2 now. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 4-0.
How in the world did he manage to hit that one out? It wasn't even in the strike zone.
That's out to center field. That's a base hit, and that's a 1-out single.
Waste no time there. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
And it stays fair. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. He's 0 for 1. On the ground right side. 4, 6, 3 double play. And the inning is over. Back in Atlanta Truist Park. Now it's the Giants leadoff hitter, Luis Arias.
Nope, that's inside.
And that's off the inside edge. Ball 2. Knee high, that's in for a strike. Next pitch is outside.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
This one popped up. Smith settles under it. 2 down. And it's Rafael Devers in the box.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. ready to go for the last half of the inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Dominic Smith.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Swing and a chopper out to short. Slings to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. And here is Mauricio Dubon. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind him.
The 1-1.
Ball.
And there's a ball.
That's a ball.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
And that drops in for a strike. Dubon wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
And that one was indeed a strike. So they're now out of challenges. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris II. He's 0 for 1. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out. Here comes the new arm for the Giants, Eric Miller. He's pitching on 2 days rest. And here comes Ronald Acuna Jr. in a huge spot. Gets him to chase after that one. Next offering is foul back. Two on, 1 out. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Center field. Gilbert gets under it. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Braves,
Drake Baldwin. Next up for the Braves, 1 for 2. Fouled off left side. Miller, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. Pitch misses there, and the count even 1-1.
As a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
That one ripped, but foul. The Braves trying to break this one open. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Got him swinging for the K. So they strand back at Truist Park. Now the Giants 4-hitter, Matt Chapman.
Strike! Woo!
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Got him swinging.
Up next for the Giants, right fielder.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Lee in the box for the second time. 1 ball, no strikes.
No.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
The changeup missing. Ball 3. And there's the automatic. The Giants down by 4, and we're at the top of the 5th. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
And that's ball 4. And that's an 8-pitch walk. He really made the pitcher work for that one. Man at first with 1 gone. Will Brennan, the next Giant to hit. And a foul ball. Foul ball there. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Smith over to second, and it's a double play to end the inning.
Leading off for the Braves, designated hitter, Matt Olson.
And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Braves putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Close, but called a ball. And it's 2-2.
Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner. So he's making his case. You got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your Frustration with the umpire, and he felt this was his time.
Here comes Austin Riley.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
This one's smoked on its way out of here. Felt good, and they add on. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Ripped into right center. Base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Mike Yastrzemski up here.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. 2 down. Here comes the skipper out of the new pitcher on now, Ryan Borucki. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. This ball's chopped on the ground. And the lefty reliever does his job. Just one pitch to get the inning-ending ground out. Braves get one of the big. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. So digging in, Casey Schmidt.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Swings over the top of that one. Swings through it for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7. Drew Gilbert, the next Giant to hit.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Ball 2.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. 2 down. Patrick Bailey digs in now. And that drops in for a strike. That misses the zone. Ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Strike 2.
Tonight, his slider has been really impressive. I mean, tight spin.
Now that's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. Back here in Atlanta, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Signs of movement in the Giants bullpen. Number 46, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Gage getting cranked up. Can't glove it cleanly. Still able to fire over, and they get it. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. Michael Harris II now at the plate. Up the middle. Fires in time.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Here's Acuna. He swings and fouls one off. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw, but it's not in time. Base hit. So a man at first. Drake Baldwin. Next up for the Braves. 1 for 3.
Ball.
On the ground, out to short. And he beats it. He's safe.
Up next for the
Matt
Braves,
Olson up to the plate.
designated hitter, Matt Olson.
That's ripped. Base hit. Here's the throw to the plate. In there. He scores. And it's now a 6-run lead.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Number 46 into the game. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here's Austin Riley. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That is the inning. Back to the top of the order now. Digging in, Luis Arias.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
Out to short, Dubon. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
Adames stands in now and watches strike one.
No, that's a ball.
Giants with a lot of ground to make up here in the top half of inning number 7. Ripped, and he can't glove it. It's by him.
Up next for the Giants,
Rafael Devers up to hit.
Rafael Devers.
That's a ball.
Man at first, one away. On the ground, right side, flips it. There's one. Double play. What a clean killing, Dan. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot ring? This ball is hammered deep center field. Way back there. On its way. Out of here.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Here at the bottom of the 7th. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. Makes the sliding stop over to first, and that's a great play for the out.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
So a man aboard now with one away.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun, and I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, that would have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. This one in the air, center field. Gilbert settles under this one, and that is the third out of the inning. Albies with the key hit for Atlanta. It's
Now pitching for
a new
Braves,
pitcher in the game, Raisel Iglesias.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
That one fouled off. The 0-1. There's a swing and a drive. That's back. That one hops against the fence. And he'll get there with a double to lead off the eighth.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Lee in the box here and fouls it off for strike one. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top of the eighth. Base hit into the outfield. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Brennan in the box now, takes strike one. That clips the corner. To third, Riley. Over to Albies. To first, save. It's a fielder's choice and an RBI. Ground ball up the middle, and that one finds its way through. And out to a board. Here's the center fielder, Drew Gilbert.
That's the ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Brennan over at second. Schmidt at first. One gone. Riley. Feed to second. That's one. On to first. Double play. And that's the inning. Ready for the bottom of the eighth. Now in for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. Hard hit, but right at him and left. One pitch and one out. So up next, Drake Baldwin. Hard hit, right side. Slinging it to first in time. Manager out of the dugout. Matt Gage takes over on the mound. He's into the game with the bases empty. And the batter now, Matt Olson.
Used the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Swing and a miss. There's the slider. And it's 0-1. Now he breaks his bat. And that'll do it. The switch hitting catcher will come up to hit. Patrick Bailey. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Comes up empty. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Swings through that. And that one hit to first. Smith takes it to the bag. Now only one out remaining. Out towards right center field. It gets down a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. Here's Rafael Devers.
No, that's low.
Iglesias is just one strike away. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Ripped on the ground to second. On to first. Ball game. And the Braves take this one in a blowout.
Good win by 6 runs. Always nice when you can win by a touchdown or a couple of field goals. You want to keep that momentum going, knowing the offense can score at will, bring it into the next one and get another W.
And a 7-1 finish in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.